Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm here to pull some cards and share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week starting Monday the 13th of December through till Sunday the 19th of December. First of all, before I start, apologies to my YouTube followers because the video was a bit late coming last week, because Corey and I dashed off for a couple of days camping and we forgot to upload it to YouTube. So very sorry for the lateness of receiving it there, but you should get this one on the right day. So thank you so much. I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. I trust that you're flowing well and things are moving in an interesting, mysterious direction. It's certainly very mysterious, interesting, intriguing energy around at the moment that a lot of us seem to be tapping into and feeling. And what I've noticed is that those of us who are really stressed out may not be really noticing the really beautiful, intriguing energy that's present at the moment, where almost many things are possible. So it's very interesting, and I'm very excited to see which cards come up for today. So welcome to you. Thank you for joining me today. What I'll be doing, if you're new, I'll be using my Speed of Light Oracle cards, which have been combined with my Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. These have been mixed together to create a 110 card deck. And I'll be using this deck to find the best cards for this week. So what I'll be doing is shuffling the cards with the intention of finding the best cards for this week for the majority of us. Then I'm going to lay them down here in front of me and we'll see what the cards say. Simple. I'm not doing cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everyone. So I do trust that you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. If something doesn't resonate with you, just let it go. Just think of this as a guide only, and let's have a bit of fun. So last week, while I'm shuffling the cards ready for this week, last week's theme was the giraffe, and the giraffe reminded us about our perspective and to look at things differently. So did you have a shift of perception or perspective last week on a situation? Maybe you started the week with a certain mindset or a certain idea or belief or thought about something, and then by the end of the week, perhaps by yesterday, Sunday perhaps, or a few days ago, maybe that shifted for you. So that was our theme last week. So we'll find out our theme at the end of this video, but for now I'm shuffling the cards and I'm looking for the best cards for this week ahead, starting Monday the 13th of December till Sunday the 19th of December. Incredible. 2021. And okay, let's put some cards out here. I'm going to put them right in front of me, face down. Hopefully they don't blow away. I've got a few drum beaters and things that I can put over them. So the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us are these, and I trust 100% in my cards and the way I choose my cards. So from here, so we're going to do a rainbow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then number 7 in the middle. So we have 2 Animal Kingdom Oracle cards and 3, 4, 5 Speed of Light. I'm just going to put some things over my cards so they don't blow away, and I'm going to prepare now to turn them over. So I'll do that now. I should have done that before I covered them. Okay, let's see what... Oh, we have got a dragon up. Which dragon is it? Let me know in the comments. Okay, we have one featured card as well, which is this. It's the Shaman, and the Shaman says here to fan out the deck and choose an extra card. So let's go back to the deck. I'm going to fan the deck out. I'm not really going to think about it. I'm going to just grab this card. Oh, yes, this came up for me yesterday. to go with the shaman. So out of 2 Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, we do have a dragon. Let me know what you think. So it's the elements. So we've got air, water, earth, fire, or spirit dragon. Which one do you predict? And I'm going to be talking about it soon because it's quite early in the spread. But let's start the week with this. Twin Flame, card 39. And it says union, love, togetherness, equal and effort. There is a sense here of starting the week being eye to eye, feeling on the same page as someone. This could be in our closest relationship with a lover or what have you, in our friendships, in connection with our family. It could even be with co-workers. But there is this sense of, in general, being or feeling like we're on the same page, eye to eye with at least another person. But we might find this sense of cooperation, this sense of equalness between us and others as we start the week, which feels to be very welcomed, because in general we probably haven't really felt that much in these past months, weeks or months. There has been a general tension in the air, probably in general, between us and others. So this feels very welcome, just almost like we're putting the sword down and we're stopping the fight. Why do we need to fight? You know, why do we need to fight in our connections? Why do we need to demand and control and not listen or be the one that's right? So there is this sense of putting our swords, our weapons down in our relationships, our connections with others early this week, and getting on the same page, getting back into alignment. Becoming friends again is also a feeling here. So this is a really welcomed energy, it feels, in the heart, because some of us have probably been wanting this sort of reunion, or this end to the fight, this end to the conflict, this end to the discord that we've been feeling with others, or a specific person. If we've been feeling that, we've been probably wanting and craving the end of that discordance for a while. Now, it may require effort from some of us. This card does bring with it effort. So we may find that we need to just reach out in those conflicted connections that we have. We may find it helpful to reach out on Monday or Tuesday, or if it's still Sunday for you, reach out, apologise, reach out, clear the air, reach out, express yourself honestly. How other people receive that will be a personal thing up to them. But I feel like the reunion here, this getting back on the same page somehow, brings with it peace, a peace of heart, peace in the heart. So effort may be required. And yeah, that's all I've really got to say about that. Of course, too, this highlights relationships with our closest relationships too. So we may find those really amplified early this week. Okay, we move to the dragon. What did you predict? We have for Tuesday, Wednesday, we've got the Earth Dragon. Card 25. The dragons are the most powerful cards in this deck of Animal Kingdom Oracle cards, and we have the Earth Dragon. It says physical reformation. So reforming things physically for ourselves. Now this can include our body for some of us. So health-wise, body-wise, physically. Some of us, like myself, may be going through a physical detox this week or these last few days, continuing on to get our body back into a healthy state, and get back into exercise and whatever we may feel that we've needed to do. So I've already been doing that. I'm 4 days in to my detox dedication, which you can follow with me if you want to on my Temple of Balance Facebook group. Please search Temple of Balance and go to the group, and I'm doing that with you each day, so you can join me with that if you want to. So this is about our physical body, but it's probably more importantly about our physical life. There is a lot shifting at the moment. I remember when I was drawing this dragon and I could feel it huge, like the size of a mountain, and as it walked it was pushing down valleys and pushing down the earth to create oceans and valleys, and as it brought its foot up it was bringing up hills and mountains. So it was really like glue and gooey, the earth, as the dragon walked across the earth, you know, in large scale, because it's so large. So it feels to me like there are things shifting and reforming and changing. Things are coming, things are going in our physical life at this time. A lot of us too are thinking about 2022, and a lot of us are feeling big changes brewing for us in our relationships, in our home, in our workplace. So there are big sort of life changes that we're seriously thinking about here at the end of the year. We may not be clear yet about the changes or where that direction's going to take us, or there might not be something specific that's coming for the majority of us, but there is something in the air, there's something brewing for next year that brings big physical changes. So this is likely highlighted around Tuesday and Wednesday, and really for us to seriously consider what needs changing, what needs reforming in our life, so that we can get back on track, so we can get back into balance, so that we can feel excited about living our day-to-day life. So what motivates you? What excites you? What entices you to get out of bed in the morning? And if you can't think of anything, then it might be really worth considering this week, especially Tuesday and Wednesday. What can you create for yourself that will have you feeling excited and motivated for living? Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point to life if we're not excited about it? That's how I feel. All right, let's go over now to the featured card, and we're looking at this for Thursday the 16th of December. We have these two cards have come up together for a reason. So in this deck, actually these two decks, there are some featured cards. So this is a featured card which prompted us to pull an extra card that goes with it. So these two cards have come up together for a reason. And what I'm going to do first is look at them separately, and then we'll look at their relationship together. The Shaman, it's card 17 for the 16th. It says solitude, grounding, mending, privacy, and reassess. This is like a withdrawal where we withdraw into the cave. So we may withdraw a bit into the cave for healing, for mending, for reassessing our life. And maybe, you know, this is coming up for us early this week, or this week that's coming, you know. What do we need to reassess about our life? How do we feel about our life right now? Are we in balance with it? Are we flowing with it? Are we excited by it? And if we're not, what can we do? What can we actually do to support change, to support improvement? If change is a bit scary, improvement's the same thing, because improvement is also change. But sometimes improvement just feels a bit more exciting than change, if change feels a bit scary sometimes. So this is about our private time to slip back. We may feel that we want to for part of Thursday. There may be a great time or opportunity to meditate, or just to consider things, to reflect, to get our journal out and really consider where we're at, where we've come from, and where we feel that we're going. So this withdrawn time, we may feel a bit antisocial. We may just slip into our private state with this card. But this is interesting to come with it. Let's look at this by itself. Card 51, the Temple of Maya. And it says manifestation, revelation, and purpose. This brings with it the energy of structure, a building. It could be a literal building. It could be a place. Not your everyday place you'd visit, but something that's changing in the home, something that's shifting, a new structure or place or building that you may be going to. But this card brings with it purpose, manifesting our dreams, our desires, or changes or improvement we want to bring into our life. But it brings purpose, meaning, depth, which I've already been tapping on. So this is again amplified, because the more these come up in the cards, the more it's sort of amplifying itself. So these together is our making time, especially around Thursday, to contemplate, really seriously look at the structures in our life. This may include the way we spend our time, our schedule, our routine. It could include that. But the actual structure, what is our life made of, if you like? And are we feeling purpose? And if not, how can we, or what changes or improvements can we make to start feeling that? What would be exciting on some level for you to wake up for most days? Maybe for you it's having a companion. Maybe you've been alone for a while and you just love cats, or you love dogs, and you just have been thinking about an animal, fur-legged companion to look after and care for and go for walks with, or not necessarily a cat, but maybe rest with or what have you. Maybe that's been something you've been thinking about. That makes me feel really emotional, so maybe that is for someone who's connecting. But, you know, sometimes it's something like that. For me, it's my art. My art gives me a sense of purpose and need and want to wake up and to get into my day eagerly. So this feeling is strong early in this week, all the way up till Thursday at this stage. Looking at the cards, it's likely going to continue. So I'm going to pop these down and let's look at Friday. Friday, we have the bear. The bear says, the bear's number 43. It says, move out of the rut. Move out of the rut. So especially on Friday the 17th. So this is about that hiding place, which is interesting because we've got the shaman. The shaman is that cave that we retreat back to for healing, for mending, for reassessing our life. It's a natural place to be in. The bear is about moving out of the hiding place. So the cave can be a place for healing, mending, reassessing our life. It could be a healthy place for healing. But it can also become our comfort zone. It can become a no-growth zone, I like to call it sometimes. You know, where we're not growing, where maybe things have become a bit too mundane, or we've become a bit trapped or hiding in our cave. So if you're hiding in this place, then you'll probably find on Friday we're going to be enticed to move out of our hiding place, out of the rut that we've been stagnant or stuck in lately, or stuck in for a while. If you've been stuck for a while, it's definitely maybe good to think about how to get the energy moving again. Like I've said many times, for me, if I feel stuck for 3 days, that's well and truly long enough for me. So 3 days being aware that I feel stuck or stagnant, I've got to do something about it. So I can't go for longer than 3 days because that's a waste of my life and a waste of my time. And I'm not saying that my time or life's more important than anyone else's, but to me, I value the preciousness of every day of my life. And hopefully, maybe by me talking about it, you can take steps to do that for yourself too, if it's important to you. So if you've been feeling stuck or stagnant for a while or in a rut, what can you do about it? The energy is going to be very supportive this week, especially Friday, to move out of the rut. There is action with this. What's going to entice you out of the hiding place? The wind's picking up, literally picking up. Things are blowing, things are moving. So what action do we need to take? If we sit back and we just complain and complain and complain, we're not doing anything. We're just complaining, which actually holds ourselves in that rut, stagnant space. So what can we do? How can we be proactive? How can we turn our complaining into something constructive that makes a positive shift for us in our life? And it is up to us. So let's be careful. We're not waiting on other people to do it for us, or we're not waiting for the world situation to change or this date to come. Let's start doing it for ourselves today. We might not even want to wait till Friday. If you've been feeling this lately, maybe on Monday or Sunday or Tuesday, whenever you're watching this, you could start getting the ball rolling then. So don't put it off. It's been put off for long enough, which is why that rut energy is there, why that stagnant energy is present. So move, action is very strong for Friday. And then we move into Saturday, the 18th. We have risk-taking, card 27. It says journey, unknown beginnings, and confidence. This is about taking a risk and following our heart. Have you noticed a theme already in this? Really, since the Earth Dragon, there has been this theme of movement, purpose, moving forward, getting deeply into our life as well. So there is this sense here with this card, especially around Saturday, for us to consider taking a risk. Sometimes it is a risk we have to take to step out of our comfort zone or out of our hiding place or out of our rut. There is a risk in that. There is a risk in everything that we potentially do. really in life, unless we stay in our comfort zone or we stay in our no growth zone. If we stay in our routine, there's not a lot of risk in that. So is there a little risk, a little or a large little risk that you can take, especially later in the week or over the weekend, where you can take that risk and follow your heart forward and see what happens? What is the worst that could happen? And what is the best that could happen? Probably the best would be beyond our wildest dreams. So let's stop putting our dreams off. Let's stop putting these things off and talking ourselves out of it. That's the rut. That's the stagnant energy. So let's have some faith. Let's trust in the unfolding and see what happens. Let's dive into the mysteries, which is very strong energy at the moment. The mystery is the unknown. So can we run and move towards the mysterious things in our life right now, towards the unknown? A lot of us are feeling like we can, and we want to, and we're excited and motivated to do that. So there's a growing sense of confidence, and new beginnings are in the air, which we can already feel, no doubt. Sunday, the 19th of December, we have the Unicorn card 50, and it says psychic gifts, spiritual intuition, and trust. And here it comes, because it's easy to talk about and think about all the changes and improvements we want to make and what we want to do for our future. In some regard, that's pretty easy. The hard part is the action and backing those words up with action, because we know that talk can be cheap. And, the power really is in the action that we take. So this card's very much about trusting in our intuition, trusting in the pull that we have so strongly right now, our instincts, this pull from our heart, this desire to step into the unknown or to create something new for ourselves in our life, to trust that intuitive pull that we have. So let's trust in the decisions that we make. Let's stop second-guessing ourselves and stop doubting ourselves. Trust in the decisions, trust in the movement that we're making in our life. This also brings highlight to our spiritual interests. So for some it may be church or pulling out your cards or meditating, going into nature. There is this sense of reviving our spiritual tools on Sunday. So get out your cards if you haven't got them out for a while. Meditate if you haven't meditated for a while. Go to church if you haven't been to church for a while. These things that nourish you spiritually, have they been neglected lately? Sunday might be a great day to really bring those tools back out of the box again and work with them, because those tools are there to help us. Yet for some weird reason we forget we've got the tools when we need them the most. So let's remember we've got the tools this week, but especially Sunday, to support us spiritually as we make the necessary changes and improvements in our life. But definitely trusting in our intuition is strong with that. Now we've got a card here that I put right in the middle, which feels a bit like a theme, we'll say, like a secondary theme, because I want to pull the actual theme in a minute. But this is our sort of overarching theme, our light theme for the week, which is comfort, support, card 35, called support. And it says comfort loved ones and reassurance. And it feels like these angel wings of our loved ones in spirit, or our spiritual team, are arcing over us this week. Remember last week there was a wolf at the beginning and the wolf at the end, and it felt like these wolves were guarding and protecting and keeping us safe last week. Well, this week there's a similar feeling, but it feels like overarching wings from our loved ones in spirit. So like arms really stretched out over us this week and over the week that we potentially have. So let's remember and remind ourselves and reassure ourselves, one, that we are not alone. Reassure ourselves of the support that we do have. And if we're feeling unsupported, how can we become our best supporter? How can we step up and support ourselves better? And to feel the comfort of, I want to say, a sense of belonging to someone, belonging to something. Our loved ones in spirit, in many ways we belong to each other. We are connected, we are ancestors, we are family. And there is this feeling here of this overarching connection, this overarching support that is there perhaps from family, perhaps from friends, maybe in spirit, maybe in the physical. But there's this strong feeling that, and reassurance that we are not alone. We are not alone, and we have never, ever been alone. That has given me goosebumps. It's really important for us to remember that this week, because if we feel alone, we're not going to give a fig about our purpose. We're not going to give a fig about having something to live for if we are not feeling supported and if we feel alone and scared on our own. So I feel the almost the foundation, even though this feels overarching, it feels the foundation of support this week is reminding us and reassuring us that we are not alone. And this is going to be really important to keep in the back of our mind and deep in our heart this week. When we see the signs, when we get the help, let's offer thanks. Let's stop noticing what's missing or what's not there and start seeing what is and being grateful for it. And whatever we feel is missing or lacking, let's step up and proceed with something, ask for help with something, or become the support that we're looking for. So this feels to be really important, like a pillow, like a mattress, like a foundation for this week. Reassuring ourselves, we are not, you are not, you have never ever been alone. And, you know, we all belong to something much bigger than we think, and much bigger than what we're being told. Because remember, the powers, the rulers of the world, they want to keep us separate and divided and alone. They want to keep us at distance from each other, physically as well as energetically. And it's up to us if we allow that to happen. You know, physically, in times and spaces, fair enough at this time. But, you know, you can be right next to someone and not feel close to them. You could be at the other side of the world to someone and feel closer to them than the person that stands by your side. And that is a fact. So it doesn't really matter about physical distance as such, even though it is nice, and if we can embrace it this week, then that's a good thing. But, and it brings me back to this first card, this sense of dropping down the weapons. We are not at war with each other. So let's start working together a little bit better this week is the feeling. And it starts with us. It doesn't start with other people and waiting for them to say sorry. Like, you know, let's step up and let's take the action ourselves. So lots of stuff this week, and very deep, very motivating energy around. So hopefully you can feel it. And hopefully some tips have been given to help you not only feel it, but experience it, because that's where it really counts. So thank you so much. I'm getting ready to pull a theme card. Before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I really enjoy these connections. So I trust you've enjoyed it too. If you have, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please don't hesitate to send a message through our website. If you're on YouTube, please hit the follow, subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, please hit the follow button. Not that that matters. Please come back and connect with the page directly. If you haven't seen a video for a while and you're wondering what happened to me, I have not gone anywhere. So please check back with the page, especially on Facebook and on YouTube. Type Temple of Balance in. Come and connect with the page directly, because I'm afraid that if, you know, things keep suppressing, that we just fade away. We'll fade away into non-existence. So please continue. The power is with us. Don't rely on your news feed to show you the things you want to see. They're just going to show you ads and things that are trending. Please go to your search bar, type in Temple of Balance or your favourite pages, your favourite YouTube channel, and check every day. I'm here every single day. Every day or every time you're online and you want to just connect or touch base, check. The power is with us. So we are not subject or victim to this suppression that's going on unless we allow ourselves to be. So please check back. If you'd love to learn more about what I do, if you'd love to support my work, if you'd love to work with one of my cards that I've made, pendants that I've created, drums that I've made, or what have you, please have a look on my website, templeofbalance.com.au. Your support is essential in helping me be able to keep doing my work. And the fact is, as social media fades us out of the news feed, as people don't check back on the page directly, then visits to our website wane, sales to our website wane, and we fade away. And then 5 years pass and you wonder, where's Temple of Balance? So please, the power is with us. Your support is essential in helping me to keep being able to do this work. So if you get something, even a little bit out of my videos, out of my posts, please consider supporting through my website. Grab yourself a deck of cards in the new year or whenever works for you. Become a member. It's really cheap and you get a lot of support from that too. It helps me and hopefully also helps you. So please check that out, my work out on my website, templeofbalance.com.au. So let's grab the best card for the theme. So the theme card will help bring the whole week together. It will help us see the bigger picture for this week ahead. We can there is quite strong themes coming in. The support is coming in, this overarching foundational support. But I feel like that's like personal reassurance, reassuring ourselves, personal comforting ourselves through things, or motivating ourselves through things. But there is definitely a strong overarching energy of purpose that's coming in, a motivation for life. So let's see which card wants to add something here for our theme. So the best card for our theme for this week, the 13th to the 19th of December 2021, is nice big breath. The majority of us need to know this theme for this week. It's a Speed of Light Oracle card. Now this is interesting. This is the Stag, card 49. It's the sad stag. It's the sad stag. So the key words down here say lost, help, guide, path, discouraged. This is valuable information for some of us for this week. So as much as you might feel an energy drop, there is a lot of uplifting energy this week, and that's a fact. I can feel it coming through. I can feel it already starting this week and coming over from last week. But this is showing that there are a lot of us, maybe you who are connecting, a lot of people who are connecting who feel lost and discouraged and are lacking hope, lacking optimism, lacking anything perhaps or much that's good or exciting about life. So you might think that a lot of I've talked about sounds nice in theory, but you might be feeling a gap between the idea of it being nice and where is it in my life? Where and how can this actually show up in my life? And this is a really key thing in bridging the gap to creating more purpose and meaning in your life, is not just thinking about it and doing it or dreaming about it or seeing other people have it and you don't. So this is a really important gap now that we need to talk about. It might also connect in with this card here and this sense of continuing to reassure ourselves this week of the support that we do have, and that everything is going okay. Knowing that we're supported, that we're safe, that we are not alone, like I said before, is essential in helping us get a glimpse or even caring that we live with any sort of sense of purpose or meaning. Because if we feel it like we're stuck on an island all on our own, even if we've got a bunch of people around us, but we don't feel connected to any of them, why would we care? Why would we bother in doing something that can help us feel more purpose and belonging in our life? I get that. I can feel that. So let's talk about this card, which is, I feel, bridging the gap now. Now, this is talking about the fact that some of you who are connecting may feel lost or discouraged, or that there is a big distance between what I've talked about and what you're seeing in your life and how you're feeling about your life. This is talking about this sense of feeling off track, off path, like you've done something wrong, you're going backwards, you're going in the wrong direction. This is a very real feeling to have or thought to have. It's a very real thing to experience. But it is not true. It cannot be true. Because our path can only ever be in one place. And that's right under our feet, no matter what our mind makes us think, or no matter what we're concocting in our head to make us think that our path's way over there, we've gone backwards, something's wrong here. The truth is, and you can feel it, I'm sure, as I say, the truth is, your path, our path is right under our feet. It doesn't matter how fast or slow we walk. It doesn't matter how zigzag we're walking at the time, or even if we're walking on our hands. Our path is under our feet. That's a fact. So now the important thing is, for some of us this week, is to get into alignment with the fact, the truth, that our path is under our feet. So again, we're talking about a shift of perception, a shift of perspective, because it's usually our mind that makes us think that we are off track. What if, in truth, you are not off track? Maybe you're out of balance. Maybe there are things that need changing or tweaking or ending in your life, or starting in your life, that you've been avoiding or resisting. Maybe you've been really stressed out about the state of the world, and maybe you just need to turn some devices or things off for a while. Maybe you're drawn to stepping out into nature because you haven't done that for a while and you're just thirsty to walk amongst the trees. Maybe for you, you have neglected your craft or your art, your hobby for a while because you've been too busy with other things. So it's about, I feel, being aware of how we can get back into alignment with our path again, which is directly under our feet. What changes or adjustments do we need to make that happen? How can we get our head out of the way that's talking us out of things or making us think things that are not perhaps true, but feel very real? How can we get our head back into sync? How can we get our mind focused on our path and what's really truly important to us now? So what I would be doing, if this was appropriate for me, which it isn't because I feel like I'm on my path, I know this is not a message personally for me, but if I felt this, and with the information I've got here, what would I do to honour this and to work with this energy? I would be becoming super aware of what I'm thinking. I'd be really listening to every thought that comes through my head and noticing if it's a true thought, if it's a false thought or a stupid thought. The stupid things we think that are just not even true. I'd be noticing all the facets of my thoughts that are taking place. And then I'd be kicking out the ones that do not support me and that are not healthy for me. So those useless thoughts that just sort of roll around the monkey mind, out, gone. You have to have strong self-control, kick it out. And you can. It's not impossible. It is doable. It just requires effort. So kick those thoughts out. I literally show them the door. I imagine throwing them out of my head space with my hand, like I'm throwing a ball away as far as I can. Kick those thoughts out and pick and choose the thoughts that are supportive and that are nourishing, that are encouraging, the thoughts that are true. So I'd start filtering my thoughts out. That's the first thing that I would do. And then I'd be looking at the things in my life that I'm affected by now. What do I feel angst about? What do I feel stressful about? What is knocking me out of balance? What is making me feel agitated and angry? All these are very real feelings. And when I'm feeling these things, I take them as indicators to show me where I may be out of balance a bit or a lot in my life. So I look at how I'm feeling about people, how I'm feeling about things, and I'd be really honest with myself about those feelings and those reactions. I work a lot with my journal, so I'd be journal writing, getting all my thoughts and my feelings and everything out of my head and out of my body and onto paper. And I'd be just filtering through that. I'd be making that a priority. And then I'd be looking at, okay, maybe I need to step into nature. How can I reset things for myself? What do I need to do to get back into alignment with my body and with my path? And then I can start thinking about purpose and meaning and belonging, because it's very difficult to think about those things that feel so far away from where we are if we're caught in our negative thinking or we're really out of balance in our life. And that's where now I see why this card came up as a sort of foundational theme this week. To continue to reassure ourselves, to continue to support ourselves as well, and to comfort ourselves through this. to notice the people that are there, to notice the things that are working, to notice the things that do feel good. Because sometimes we spend too much time focusing on the people that aren't there, or the support that's not there, or the things that are not working. I think it's important to be aware of them, but not dwell on those things, because awareness will then help us make adjustments, get back into balance. But dwelling, no, not so much. I feel like I've talked for most likely long enough. So I trust that something's supported you here and that you've hopefully received some tips or something helpful that you can carry now into your life to think about, to explore, and see how you can work with them or adjust them to suit you and where you're at in your life. So don't be discouraged. Don't let your lower mind take over and rule the roost for you or drive you through your life right now. Step back into the driver's seat and steer yourself in the direction that you want to go. So, oh, here comes the cat. Thank you so much for joining me. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. Oh, Puss. Puss wants to say hello. If I can pick her up at this weird angle. And we say goodbye from Puss and I. Have a great week, and I will see you very soon. Bye. Bye to our friends. She's content just to sit here. She's warm and cuddly, so hopefully you can cuddle someone or something that feels supportive and comforting, and it just gives you just a little warm fuzzy feeling in your body to know that you are not alone. Thank you so much. There you go, madam. Have a great week. I'll see you soon. Take care.